Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our January 2026 annual installation banquet. I want to wish you a Happy New Year on behalf of the Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce. Once Bernard Johnson has a seat, we can begin. Not sure when that will be. Hopefully sometime in our lifetime. So folks, this is a little different here in January. We do not have new member introductions. We do not have door prizes. We have a review of our year, and we have our chair gives our cool speech. We have our new chair coming out. We have Medina taking our picture. We have Marcus Chambers working the room. You know, just pop up and see him. So I'm going to ask, we're very honored to have my good friends over here, the mayor of Fort Walton Beach, the one and only Nick Allegretto, and the mayor of Shalimar, our good friend Mark Franks, who will lead us in the pledge and the invocation. Invocation going first? Here we go, folks. Please stand for our good friend, Mayor Mark Franks of Shalimar, to lead us in today's invocation.
Good morning and Happy New Year. Please join me in prayer. Lord, we thank you for this day, for this new year, and for the opportunity to gather as leaders, partners, and neighbors who care deeply about the future of our community. We are grateful for those who have stepped forward to serve, those being installed today, and those who support them through time, talent, and trust. We ask for your wisdom and clarity for our chamber leadership as they guide our business community with integrity, vision, and collaboration. May their decisions strengthen our economy, create opportunities, and reflect a spirit of service that benefits all who live and work here. May our partnerships be marked by respect and our efforts by perseverance. Respect and honor. We need to show respect and honor for one another as we move into 2026. As we begin this day, as we begin this new year, help us to lead with purpose, to listen with understanding, and to act with courage for our future. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for our blessings. And may this gathering this morning be both meaningful and productive. In Christ's name, amen. Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
All right, everyone, thank you. Please be seated. That was Nick Allegretto knew we were on a time frame, so he did that extra fast pledge right there. That was the hurry, I gotta go, I gotta finish my grits. For those who I have not met, my name is Ted Corcoran. I'm honored to be in the Human Resources Department of the Bridgeway Center. And I want to welcome all of you to today's employee orientation. We're honored that each and every one of you has elected to commit your career to Bridgeway Center. Of course, you know that our motto is, we're here to help. And no one better than having you all join our club. Bridgeway Center is dedicated to serving behavioral health needs, fostering low-income housing, and working to end homelessness in our communities. What I'd ask you to do so you can meet your fellow employees, that you'll fill out your name tag that's on your table and put that on there. So in the course of your first day here at Bridgeway, you'll have the opportunity of recognizing each and everyone's name. I am now honored to introduce the person who leads this organization and who will lead today's employee orientation for Bridgeway. This is your President and Chief Executive Officer, the one and only Bonnie Barlow.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to start the employee orientation with a video. It's very short, and so that will set the tone for what we'll talk about after the video. For nearly 60 years, Bridgeway Center has been a part of this community, walking alongside individuals and families as they find hope, healing, and help. From mental health to substance abuse recovery and supportive housing, our mission has always been about helping people build better lives. Today, that mission continues through projects like Willoway Villages and One Hopeful Place, each a reflection of our promise to serve and support our neighbors.
Every day, I see the difference a single conversation can make. When someone walks through our doors, they often carry years of pain or uncertainty. Our role is to meet them where they're at, to listen, to guide, and to remind them that healing is possible. When I see someone begin to smile again, when hope returns to their voice, that's why we do what we do.
Recovery isn't easy, but at Bridgeway, no one goes through it alone. I've watched people come in broken and leave with a sense of purpose and pride. That transformation is everything. It's more than sobriety. It's rediscovering who you are and realizing your story doesn't end here.
Everybody deserves a safe place to call home. Our shelter and housing programs give people that foundation, that space where they can start fresh. Projects like Willoway Villages and One Hopeful Place show what's possible when a community comes together. Watching someone move from crisis to confidence, that's what keeps me passionate about this work that I do.
Bridgeway Center has been a part of Northwest Florida for 60 years, but our story is still being written. We'll continue to serve, to support, and to believe in the power of community. This is who we are. We are Bridgeway Center. All right, thank you. Well, good morning. And so for the next few minutes, you all are temporary Bridgeway employees. And I, as the CEO, I'm going to be doing the new employee orientation. Every role at Bridgeway Center matters, and each of you play a critical role in our mission, which is improving lives, which strengthens our community, delivering compassionate and effective behavioral health services. Bridgeway Center exists for one purpose, and that's to provide hope, help, and healing. We do that by honoring the dignity, safety, and recovery of every person that we serve. In behavioral health, trust is everything, and you build that trust through daily interaction, clinical expertise, and how we show up for our clients and for each other. I want to thank you for choosing Bridgeway Center as your employer, but more importantly, I want to thank you for choosing to serve individuals and families who are struggling in our community. Your work is going to be rewarding and meaningful, but it will be also difficult and challenging. It's going to require you to have resilience, professionalism, and compassion. And this work is not for everyone, so you guys are very special. It will be the best and most challenging job in behavioral health that you'll ever have, but you're joining a team of professionals that make it their mission and their passion to come in every day, no matter what happened the day before, they still show up. Bridgeway will celebrate our 60th anniversary this year. We were founded on July 1st, 1966 by Catherine Berridge, who was a colonel's wife. She went to Tallahassee and said, listen, we need some funding for mental health counseling in Okaloosa County. And she was successful in opening an outpatient center at a storefront in Valparaiso. At that time, it was the Okaloosa Guidance Clinic. Some of you may remember that. But if you fast forward to today, in 2026, we have about 135 staff. We have 6 different locations in Fort Walton and Crestview. We offer over 20 programs and services, including operations at One Hopeful Place. This growth reflects the community needs and Bridgeway's response to say yes. I've been with Bridgeway Center for over 40 years, and I was born at Eglin Air Force Base, I started my career at Bridgeway as a part-time detox secretary, riding a 10-speed to work. Some of those remember those bikes. And my background of growing up in Polk County in the 1970s, some of you will recognize Sheriff Grady Judd today, and sure wish we had him back then, but and the street that I grew up on, the name of it was Rifle Range. So my formative years prepared me perfectly for working in detox. For sure. I've served as the CEO since 2018. We've accomplished a lot, but there's so much more to get done, and I'm not finished yet. The people that we serve come in with some of the most complex and difficult situations you can imagine. They are some of the most vulnerable in our community. And we serve everyone, the uninsured, the indigent, the Medicaid, Medicare, those that are insured, anyone that comes through our door, we provide services. But we're especially proud to serve our veterans and the students at Northwest Florida State College. Yes. Our services include working with those who have mental illness and psychiatric services, substance use issues, opioid addiction. We have a detox that we operate. We have a pretrial diversion program. We work with families and relationship issues, as well as children and adolescents, those that are in the foster program, those that are in dependency, and those in juvenile justice. We also operate Bridgeway Health Clinics, which is a primary care clinic, because we know that behavioral health and physical health are inseparable. Your role is going to be to walk alongside your clients and the patients. Sometimes it will be briefly, sometimes it's going to be for years, because you're working with them to move to stability and recovery. We cannot do this alone. Our community partnerships are so incredibly important because the needs are great and the resources are limited. Our success has been a result of strong partnerships with hospitals, shelters, schools, courts, municipalities, the county, and other nonprofit service providers. Our mantra is, how can we say yes when a community need is brought to our attention? We look for solutions, not for ways to say we can't do that. We are proud to say, we'll keep working on it, we will figure out a way. I want to share with you just briefly a client story that really exemplifies how our community comes together to serve our folks. One of our community workers started working with someone at one hopeful place, and this person had severe medical issues, substance use and mental health challenges, and had a complete breakdown of his family relationships. This client was visibly ill and was later diagnosed with a terminal illness. This client had no family and no support system. They went to the emergency room for their care because that was the only choice that they had. This client was told they needed a transplant, but because they lived at the shelter, they were not going to be able to get on the list because, of course, the shelter has a high risk of infection. So facing the possibility of dying in a homeless shelter, I'm not looking at you, Donna. Our staff went to this person and said, you cannot give up, and you cannot give up on treatment or life. And they worked with this person consistently, using all of their clinical skills and providing unconditional positive reinforcement. Through the help of our community, they were able to get this client disability benefits, obtain medical coverage, and with the help of Donna and her team, get into permanent supportive housing. Now that this person had housing in place, they were able to be qualified for that transplant list. They received hospice services, and today that client is living independently, is receiving mental health and substance use services, and is reconnecting with their children. This work is hard. It's mission-centered care. It's treating the whole person, not just symptoms. And this is the work that you will be doing. So what do we expect for staff? We have high standards and high expectations. You will be required to show compassion and empathy to whoever you come in contact with, professionalism and ethical practices, respect and dignity and individuality, confidentiality and trust. Many people will arrive during the most difficult, scared moments of their lives. What you say, how you say it, your actions, the decision you make matters to them. In closing, I just want to say that you are here because you believe people can change, lives can be improved, families can heal, hope can be restored. We cannot serve our community without the dedicated staff like you all. Whether you're a therapist, a community worker, IT person, or an accountant, your role is important. It takes everyone to come together for our mission to be fulfilled. That was for you, Alan. Our mission is fulfilled through clinical excellence, dedication, steady optimism. Our clients trust us with their stories, their struggles, and even their lives. We do the right thing even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, and even when no one is watching. At Bridgeway Center, our acts of service are professionalism and kindness to everyone. Our standards are non-negotiable because that is the people we serve deserve nothing less. We are honored to have you here. Your work matters. How you practice matters even more. Now let's get to work. Thank you.
All right, welcome again to Bridgeway. Thank you, Bonnie Barlow. That is why she is so fabulous. We're all glad to have you here. Just if you're not aware, Bridgeway Center has been a top employer for the last 3 years from Florida Trend Magazine. So you have now joined that organization. And we as a community are honored to have Bridgeway Center taking care of those things that perhaps some of us don't want to take care of. I know Chief Page is very grateful for it and some of the other issues that they do. So thanks to Bridgeway. Throughout the course of the year, if you're not aware of Bonnie, we're going to hear from her later. Bonnie is our 2026 chair. We'll hear from her also. So when you attend a First Friday Coffee, please say hello to her. When you attend the new Nothing But Networking lunch we did yesterday with Carrie, say thank you to all the Bridgeway employees. Thanks to Liz and Larry and Donna and all those for One Home Place. We're just honored in Okaloosa County to have them as our friends and offering a great service. So speaking of service, folks, for those who are not aware, my HR role with Bridgeway is a volunteer job. It's a part-time job. My real job for the last 20 years has been here at the Greater Fort Walton Chamber of Commerce. And if you're not aware, if this is Dewey, like for example Dewey, if you're not aware of what our mission is we are a community development organization that advocates for businesses across Okaloosa County, creating greater opportunities for all. So not only are we promoting business, we promote activities in our community that help enhance the quality of life. That's our mission, and everything we do is geared towards that. One of the benefits of the Chamber, of course, is this networking opportunity. We could not be a Chamber of Commerce without our sponsors. And I'd like to now shout out to each of our 2025, what we call community partners, and thank them for their first year in alphabetical order. Bit Wizards, of course. Bit Wizards is right there. Thank you, Bit. Also, one of the Florida Trends places to work. Richard, do you know that? One of the Florida Trends. Great places to work. Citywide Facility Solutions out there with Tracy Lindsay. There you go, my friend. Thank you for your support there. The city of Fort Walton Beach, our little gang of folks out there with our council members and our fire department and all those folks out there. We're very, very grateful for that relationship. Carr, Riggs, and Ingram. Over here, Alan Jowers is our 2027 chair. You'll be gearing up, perhaps dressed a little differently next year with a suit or something maybe. Cox is right here. Our good friends from Cox have been one of the longer membered annual sponsors out there. David Delliman and all the folks right there. And don't forget, Cox has mobile service and it's crystal clear. Let me take a call now. Okay. The Convention and Visitors Bureau, the county destined for Walton Beach folks, Ron and the visitors people and all those folks, thank you for their support. Eglin Federal Credit Union wearing red each and every Friday in honor of their support of the military. Emerald Coast Harley Davidson, our good friends at Harley. So Gus and the gang, thank you for their support there. Fast Signs, Shane Weddle and the group. Well done. Notice how you have the marketing people seating at your table yelling out. Well done on that. Feel free to do that from here on out if you're not aware of that, how that works. Fly VPS, the airport people, we love them. Love them. They couldn't be here today, they're so busy. HCA for Walton Beach Destin Hospital. Very, very delightful. Delightful folks. Live Oak Fiber. See, that's good. Well done. Okay, that's enough. There's a point where, we got to move on to the next. Let's see how these folks do. Their first year, Mills Heating and Air. Mills Heating and Air. I got a little blowback last month. I said that they're tough looking, but I said they're gentle on the inside. Right? I mean, you got guys climbing in attics to make sure your air conditioning is taken care of. Okaloosa Gas with our chair right here. Gordon King and Sally. Nice to see you. Sally King coming down. Delightful to have you here. Saltwater Restaurants. Nice. They're always challenged. Restaurant people are working until like 2 a.m., so to get up here early is like, Well, we're glad you made it though. Very grateful. Thank goodness for Fireball. Step One Automotive Group, our good friend Maureen Bierman, Step One. You need a new car, please take care of that. Talking Parents, the second company over here, Florida Trend. And we wonder why Chad Hamilton is here with Stephen, the one and only Warren Averett, alphabetically. Thank you for your support. They're long time members of the Chamber. So community partner are those corporations that you just heard who elect to really support all the initiatives that we do. I want to tell you about 4 initiatives that we have coming up so you can begin to mark this on your calendar. The first one, as you're aware, 2026, the 250th anniversary of America. And we'll be celebrating that all year. The Daughters of the American Revolution have this great event right here. Mitzi's somewhere. Mitzi, you here? No. Oh, there you are. Normally we can hear you across the room when everyone's even talking. But anyway, Daughters of the American Revolution will be promoting that accordingly. Great event. That's kicking off the 250th anniversary here in Okaloosa County. I'm honored that our friend right there at Get the Coast. I want you, when you have a chance, go to getthecoast.com/America250. And if you as an organization would like to promote and organize an event in Okaloosa County to help promote the 250th, you'll send it to Jared and he'll put it on his calendar and we'll all collaboratively support the 250th anniversary of our community. The Chamber in February is having this incredible event. This will be one of our 250th. On Saturday, February 28th, my friends, we're celebrating the 35th anniversary of the conclusion of Desert Storm. These are folks some of the folks even in the room, you yourself or your dad or mom or somebody may have been in that event, and as a result, we are honoring it here on Saturday, February 28, 2026. We have a variety of great sponsors for that. You really need to go to that. We have General Horner, who was in charge of the Air Command, and it's going to be a great event. So in honor of the 250th, in honor of celebrating February 28th, it's a Saturday out at the Rigdon Center. Go to that event, 35th anniversary of Desert Storm. Following that, we have an event last year sponsored by Cox and Eglin Federal Credit Union, the National Civics Bee. Just as a reminder, the Civics Bee, this is open for middle school students who are anywhere in Northwest Florida because our reach goes all the way. We're the only Chamber of Commerce in Northwest Florida that is hosting this. So not only are we promoting certainly Okaloosa County, but we may have folks in Santa Rosa County, Walton County, and Escambia County that may elect to participate. This is a great thing. Your child or your grandchild will write a 500-word essay. It'll go to a list of judges. They'll pick the top 20. We'll have an event on that day right there. David Dellman's going to be there again, which will be cool, right? And some judges. So if you have anyone that you know has a middle school, this is really cool. If you're not aware, last year the Okaloosa County winner was from Destin Middle School. He went to the States, won the state of Florida, and then went to Washington, D.C. and had a good time. But we were proud of him to have gone. Rochelle went to see him. But it's a magic one. We hope to recreate that again. Imagine what could happen if the Okaloosa County student could be the #1 in the entire country, which is really cool. And then last, but certainly not least, next, this is it. 2026 is our 80th anniversary of the Chamber of Commerce. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. So we're having an event on Thursday, April 23rd at the Gulfarium. Patrick's out there. We're going to have a great event. I want you to mark that down, that business after hours. Thursday, April 23rd, a business after hours celebration of our 80th year at the Gulfarium. We'll have lots of fun and roll out lots of prizes, etc. So please mark that down. How did I do so far? Am I doing all right? Good? I think I've got, yeah, I know. I was questioning you. Look like you're bored. Let me try to pick it up a little bit then. Now, you know, when you get the sheriff's guy, when the sheriff's deputy's like, when is this going to be over? I have to take it up a notch. So I'm bringing the puppets out. Let me hold on. No, so let's do this now. I want to review what's happening after this. When Gordon comes up today as our 2025 chair, he's going to get a riveting speech, and then he's going to give awards to people and businesses that he honored and that helped him in this year. So one of the first awards that we have will be the Ambassador of the Year. And the Ambassador of the Year is named after a great guy named Jim Glenn. After retiring from a 35-year career in the Air Force as a fighter pilot, Jim started his own defense contracting firm in Shalimar. He joined the Chamber in 1983 and became involved with the ambassadors. He was chair in 1988, voted life director in 2008, and was the host of the Business Forum television show for well over 20 years. Channel 6, Cox. He always wore the ambassador green coat. We lost Jim in 2011. And because of his ambassador spirit of Chamber Community, the Ambassador of the Year Award was named in Jim Glenn's honor. So we're going to give away the Ambassador of the Year Award. Tricia Flaherty, my good friend Tricia Flaherty, his Jim Glenn's daughter, will be here to help present that. And Tricia, my friend, we're glad to have you, and so glad for Jim's commitment to this organization. We just randomly picked some people who won this in the past. Paul Singleton in 2019, Tricia Marks, 2021, and Regina Sammy, 2023. So these are just a couple of the folks that won that. We'll be announcing that in just a short while. After that one, we will have the Mert Wagner Volunteer of the Year Award. Mert Wagner volunteered to be the Chamber official photographer for over 30 years and never missed a First Friday Coffee, a business after hours, new member lunch, ribbon cutting, and attended every single festival held during that 3-year time frame. He was also a longtime member of the crew of Bowlegs. In 2006, the Chamber Board of Directors elected to change the name of the annual Member of the Year Award to the Mert Wagner Volunteer of the Year Award, and Mert was the first winner. So there's Mert right there receiving. Now R.J. Murdoch won that from Vince. Look at that. That was cool, right? So R.J. Murdoch's here, won that. Kerry Painter won that from our friend Maureen Bierman, and Stephen Perkins gave it to Holly Carr last year. So who's going to get that? We're going to know that in just a little bit. So that's very, very cool. And again, Mert, just a wonderfully cool guy. We were very honored, and we lost Mert in 2019. So that's another award happening there. And then I've got to tell you about, that's right, now we have the local businesses, right? So another award that will be issued will be what we call the Local Business of the Year. You'll see here, Get the Coast won it in 2021. Vibe, Tiffany and the Gang won that in 2022. Francis Roy Agency, the official agency of the Chamber of Chantel, in case you're out there today. And Fast Signs won that last year as a Local Business of the Year. So we're going to get that small or local business of the year. That'll be issued in just a short while. And then we have the Corporate Business of the Year. Lakeland Federal Credit Union won that in 2021. That was lame. You did so much better. Waving doesn't hurt. You know, people can't see you waving it. So, Lakeland Federal Credit Union won that in 2021. We tried. Okaloosa Gas won in 2022. Live Oak Fire in 2023. And other friends at P&L won that Corporate Business of the Year will in fact be honored here today. And one of the awards that's kind of caught on here in our community, prior to 2012, they would each of the chairs of the board would give out a prize of some sort, just a plaque or something to those people that helped them out during the course of the year. In 2012, Lisa Jo Spencer, maybe with some help from R.J. Murdoch, maybe Mark Nolan, and Bob Levison too? Okay, so several people came up with this idea. Now I need to clarify this, and I need to say this. It's called the Teddy Awards. I want to clarify for those who have come here for the first time, it was not my idea. Shout. It was not my idea. I may have a high ego, but not that high, that I would create an image that seemingly looks like me, and seemingly is named after me. But anyway, it was not my idea, but it has caught on quite a bit here. So these are the original ones. The first ones we had on kind of basis. Then we started customizing them for the chair. So during Matt Turpin's year, he's a big bow-legged guy, we did that one. And then next one set, we had during Vince's year, Vince is a big Star Trek guy. And then during Maureen's year, we had a local beach campaign. And then during Gus's year, we had kind of a Fonzie-looking thing there with the Bridget Fonzie was a character on a show called Happy Days. Oh yeah, and that was on television, right? So we had those, and then last year, Stephen Perkins, his hobby is car riding and racing, etc. So that was last year's. Now I'm going to unveil for the first time what we have this year. This year, in honor of our friend Gordon King right over there, it is Gordon from Opelousas Gas. So it has the customized apron, the hat, the spatula, the pepper, if you're not sure, Opelousas Gas for all your grilling needs. I want to thank our good friend Holly Carr, my good friend Holly Carr, for creating the apron and the hat. She custom made it all those So Gordon King, in in just a couple of minutes, is going to be up here, and he'll be issuing. There's less than 12 of those that are given out each year. So that's the Teddy Award. Stay tuned for that one. And now, just for curiosity, just for making a noise, how many people in the audience have actually received the Teddy Award? Just make some type of noise. Several people have. There we have it. So look, stay tuned. You may be yelling next year. We want to thank, so during the course, hey, where are you going? Oh, yeah. So, folks, we're doing our committee chairs. We are a chamber of commerce that has lots of committees. At this time, I'm going to ask Gordon King. I'm going to ask Gordon King to go right over there. I'm going to ask Rochelle and Dana to get the prizes. I'm going to introduce and thank our 2025 committee chairs who will come up, get a prize from us, and note, one of the bags of the prizes does have a key to a brand new car from Step One Automotive. This is randomly been put in there for Maureen. She said, I feel good about it. I'm just randomly dropping it in there. So now we're going to thank our 2025 chairs, starting off in no particular order. Women Connect, Lynn Furr from Mid-South Bank. Lynn, if you'll come up and go over there and get your prize. From Emerging Entrepreneurs, Marlena Gooseby from Grow Your Gift Conservatory of Music, and Danica LaFair from Fish Window Cleaning, the official window cleaner of the Greater Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce. We're going to come up and get a prize over here. There we go, a little photo and such. Don't be nervous with RJ Murdoch here at RocoseTV.com, videotaping this for his Facebook because he has no friends and he wants to show you as all his friends. Continuing on, we're so honored for the relationship that we have with our nonprofits. Our good friends from United Way, represented today by Jen Williamson. Jen, thanks so much for that. Thanks to Kelly and the gang for all the collaboration we have with United Way of the Emerald Coast. Multiculture, Jolene from PenFed Credit Union. Jolene, thank you, my friend. We got your Christmas card. It was fabulous. You look fabulous on it. We got the Christmas card. Military Affairs, Shane Weddle, Fast Signs, which is wonderful. Thank you, Shane. If you've never met Shane Weddle before, you remember him certainly from those episodes of Duck Dynasty from several years ago. Not only can he do a quack of duck, but he can also do great signs with his staff out there. This was really something when these folks approached us and said, hey, we'd like to create an introvert committee. And we are the only chamber of commerce in the world that has an introvert, which is called Introvert Advantage, and I could not be more grateful for Colleen Kelly from Bright Light Creative and Samantha Sandra from Emerald Coast Period Pantry for taking that on. We're so honored for the two of you who created that idea. If you have an idea for a committee that you'd like the Chamber of Commerce to do, please bring it to us. We would love to help that out. Hospitality and Tourism, Jay Azaretto from the Desert District for Long Beach Tourist Development Department. Thank you, Jay. Glad to have you. Very cool. Is Epi here? Is Epi going to get in the picture? Epi Azaretto worked with us for a long time. Oh, there. You want to get in the picture with your son, or is that too much? That's probably too. I was joking. Sit down over there. Don't embarrass him any more than I have already. Healthcare Committee, Vanessa from Crossroads Center. Vanessa, my friend, thank you very kindly. 2 years you did that for us, which was really wonderful. FWB Young Professionals, we have an organization called the Young Professionals, those people under 40. And that would be Brett and Christine Kossman from Illume Branding have taken care of that for us. Thank you, Brett and Christine. BSG, what we call the Business Success Group. Denise David from Define Legacy Group, taking care of that again. All these committees are opportunities for you as a chamber member to participate. It doesn't have to be you as the owner of the company. You could send a representative from your business to be there. And certainly last but not least, wearing the green for 2 years in a row, the one and only from Quality Roofing Solutions, Carrie Painter, as our ambassador of the year. So there we have it. So as we do it all of our events, we have a 50-50. We're not doing the door prizes today. We're not doing the new member introductions due to this, but we do have a 50-50. So Carrie, do you have that? Oh, it's down here?
He's coming with
Oh, here we go. Okay, so Epi Azaretto.
Carrie, come do the 50-50.
Yeah, come on over here. Carrie, come over and do this. Many of you think, hey, is this scripted? No. There's Holly Carr, the creator of our things here. You're with Neil Tabbitt. He's in the back corner. And Nick Jasinski's with you. And other people that I can't see very well. All right, so here we go. If you want a ticket today, I want to share with you, maybe it's obviously too late to buy. Last year, we gave away $15,000. Marcus, if people were very, $15,000 last year. How much we gave this year? $177. A little different? Economy's a little different. Nick, economy's a little different now. A little different. We got Jason Davis. We're tight on budget for the city. We got a 3% cap. People got to save their money. Jason, they got to save their money. Red ticket, my friends, $9.99. Hope that's not in anyone's head if you've seen them open. 4370, $9.99, 4370. 999 4370. Donna Morgan! Congratulations, Donna! Folks, so as I mentioned earlier, I preluded this. Sally King has woke up today to see her man. If you're not aware of how this works, the Chamber of Commerce is a non-profit organization. We are governed by a board of directors. Each and every year, they select one of their own to be the chair of the board. As I look around the room, many past chairs are here. We're honored to have you with us today. You know what this moment is like because you have a chance to come up on the stage and share your wonderfulness of a great year you had and attempt to not say mean things about me, if at all possible. So my friends, I am now honored to bring out my good friend, our 2025 chair, the one and only Gordon King, the CEO of Okaloosa Gas. And stoic of you, sir. If you'll stand right here. Now, as part of the board of directors, they have a subcommittee of the board. There's 21 people on the board. There's life directors, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. We chatted about the life directors on last month's First Right Coffee. So there's a little subcommittee of board members who are the executive board. There's a little think tank. And in this case, the executive board of the 2025 leadership of the Chamber of Commerce, being led by our 2027 chair, Alan Jowers, have elected to just show Gordon how much they care. Mr. Alan Jowers, you remember him from The Voice in 2018. He watched it on his TV at the house. We have Jared Williams from Get the Coast. We have Alan Jowers from Car Engineering, Shane Weddle, Fast Signs, Packard Car, from Oklahoma County School Car District. Stephen Perkins from Car Engineering, and the aforementioned Bonnie Barlow from...
Stephen Perkins from Warren and Avery.
What's that?
Stephen Perkins is at Warren Avery.
Oh, that's right. I thought he just worked you guys. I thought he got on free agent. No, there's still a little competition between the Warren Avery and Car Engineering.
I just wanted to make sure the Warren Avery got their props.
Yeah, that's a disadvantage. No scripting.
Stephen did not enter the transfer portal.
Stephen Perkins from last year from Warren Avery, my friends. Alan Jowers, please tell us what's happening here.
All right, so we wanted to say thank you to Gordon in a very special way. We couldn't think of a better way than to bring up some uniquely talented musicians. And sing a song. So, and we're going to need a little audience participation when we get to the third, well, it's technically the second chorus, but it's kind of like the third verse. So, anyway, here you go. Just a little something like
Keep a look at you, see what you do. Yep, just keep an eye on it. Just keep overdone, that's right.
I have to say, I'm impressed. After, 12 months of eating breakfast with these guys, at least twice a month, 3 times a month, I had no idea you had that kind of talent. I'm really floored over that. Appreciate that. Thank you all. Ted, you did okay. I didn't think you had the rhythm in you, but you nailed it, buddy. You nailed it. Well, good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. It's an honor to be here. It was certainly an honor 12 months ago to be selected by a wonderful board at the Chamber to give me the opportunity to serve in this capacity. And I certainly want to thank each and every one that made that decision. It's been a really memorable year for me. Hopefully it has been for you, and 2026 will be successful for you and your business and your family. And so we look forward to moving ahead under Bonnie's leadership. I can't wait to pass that gavel in just a few minutes, and so I'll fade off into the sunset and maybe get a little more sleep on Friday mornings once a month. We'll see about that. But no, actually, I do want to thank the committees, the committee chairs that get up and do their things every month and have their meetings and support the chamber and the city and the communities that we serve. I want to thank the staff. You can't do a job like this without a dedicated staff, and I know Ted has honed his team over the last 13 years or so to a fine, well-oiled machine. They do it great, Rochelle and all the rest of them. Thank you so much for making these things happen, because it doesn't just show up here on Friday morning. I also want to thank my board, Okaloosa Gas. They gave me the opportunity to do this, and so I certainly appreciate their willingness to let us be involved in the communities that we serve, with parts of 4 Chamber of Commerce, Cindy. So we're stretched out over 3 counties, but I'll tell you, bar none, this is probably the best chamber around. So be proud of that. Huh? And not only what we do here, but this chamber reaches out and advocates for Okaloosa County. We go back to the surtax. We made a presentation in December to the Okaloosa County Commission recommending that they put that renewal on the agenda in November 2026 because of the benefits that the county has received, we as citizens have received, and so much of that money is being shared and cost by the tourists, and the compounding of dollars that the county has been able to leverage with grants from other resources. So that's been really good for us. Around the mound, you know, we've kept that thing spun up and spun up and spun up, and I think it's finally got some legs. We made a little trip to Chipley over the summer. Alan and Ted and Jason from the city made a little trip there and talked to Tim Smith at District 3, promoting that we keep that around the mound at number 4 with the TPO priorities. And I think they heard us. I think they're listening to us. And as a side note, I found out this yesterday. Before we left, Alan said, Mr. Smith, could I ask you one little favor? And he said, well, what is it? He said, well, we have this road called Edmond Parkway, and it really needs paving. I have to drive up and down it every day, and it's full of potholes. Can you help us out? Well, I found out yesterday, thank you, Alan, as I understand, DOT is going to start repaving January 19th of this year. So. Fortunately for some of us, I don't have to make that trip twice a month every time to come down here, but I know where every pothole is. I know how to dodge them, and I know how to avoid them. So we're looking forward to seeing that happen. And then lastly, you know, there are a couple other things that the chamber staff does. We talk about at breakfast, and you never know, these things come up and these things happen, but this group does it. If you think back last year in January, you know, teachers are back in school. They had a long break. My wife's a school teacher. She's like, man, we could use another break. We could use another break. And so we talked about it at breakfast. And you know what? We got 6 inches of snow. Thank you, Mr. Chambers. You gave those teachers another little break. You know, those things happen, but they happen for a reason. And look into the summer this year. Where's Bernard? Hey, Bernard. No hurricanes this year. You made that happen, Bernard. Right here. No hurricanes. So those are the amazing things that happen with this chamber that you probably don't even realize. Beautiful. What do they call that? Big, beautiful? Yeah, things that happen. We made that happen. You got it. But, you know, in closing, I just want to, again, say thank you to each and every one of you. And lastly, I'd thank my wife. Yay! She puts up with me, supports me, and makes sure I get where I need to be on time. I don't mess up too bad. And so I just want to say thank you to her for that. And with that, I think it's time to pass out some awards. All right, we've got some teddies to hand out. Man, those are cool. Let me start off with the first one as an individual that I think started coming to the chamber when he was 7 years old. And he was elected chairman of the board, I think, when he was 18, right? So, but this man has been on the 7 years of the executive committee. It was our 2024 chair, and never received his own teddy. So I'm going to give him one of mine. Stephen Perkins, come on up. A longtime staff member with the chamber. She's been tremendous at recruiting new members, even doing it from remotely or away in a new home in Tampa. But certainly well-deserving member of the staff, Debbie Dodge. This person opened the Soundside Waterfront Bar on Brook Street while being elected as a City of Fort Walton Beach Council member in March of 2025. He's kept our board abreast of things going on at the city at our board meetings, and I want to recognize Ben Merrill. This lady has revolutionized her nonprofit organization in Northwest Florida, collaborated with the Chamber of Nonprofit Committee's various leadership training classes, and was just recognized by the 50 Business magazine with a 2025 Pinnacle Award, Kelly Jason. The next one goes to a volunteer who's been very active in the chamber. He has been a big supporter of the One Okaloosa Defense Support Initiative Committee and is serving as our Oceana No Oil Drilling Advocate Representative, plus his passion for all the military, especially the 7th Special Forces. Shane Weddle. Keeping our city safe with a strong concentration on opioid reduction and assisting those down on their luck with homelessness and all the other things that go with providing safety in the city of Fort Walton Beach, Chief Page. Okaloosa County has A-rated schools. Okaloosa County is a Purple Star district, and it can't be done without great leadership. Incredible new projects through the half-cent surtax, building new schools, making the hard decisions required to move our school system forward in this day and age is a tough job. Mr. Chambers, Marcus Chambers. This individual helped get the Okaloosa Island bike path, the Women's Veterans Park on Okaloosa Island has been our county liaison for the last several years, and I can't think of a more deserving elected official than Commissioner Carolyn Ketchel. And then lastly, this one goes without need, but notice. He's always around, everywhere you go, you see him. His company is very supportive of the community. They came in, they've been a very big presence in Okaloosa County in Northwest Florida. He's an ambassador for his organization and a well-deserving individual, Mr. Bernard Johnson. And now we're going to move on to the Volunteer of the Year. She has assisted with new member orientation for the First Friday Coffee, 50/50 ticket sales, forever. Our Honoring Our Heroes event, as well as coached our local National Civics Bee winners for the state and national events. I'm very proud that she was also just introduced in the Fort Walton Beach High School Hall of Fame. It's been another year again for Barbara Britt. Moving on. The Ambassador of the Year. This person needs no introduction. Ribbon cuttings, counting 1,954 ribbon cuttings. Do we need to say any more? No. Paul Singleton.
Bring it down for him. There you go. Thank you, sir. Folks, Paul Singleton has won this award twice already, which is fine. When you go to 1,954 ribbon cuttings since the early 80s, you deserve to win it again. And we actually have some scissors that we use at the ribbon cutting, some scissors that cut the ribbon that are named the Paul Singleton scissors, which is really cool. So we're honored for that. We have one other presentation. Our good friend Donna Gross and Barbara said, hey, while Paul's up there, we'd like to present him. Please have a seat. We'd like to present Donna Gross to tell us about this unique award.
I'm Donna. This is Barbie.
Hi, guys.
And we're the Flying Needles Quilt Guild, a not-for-profit. And we are proud to present this quilt to Paul Singleton. So, the Flying Needles is proud to be a partner with the Quilt of Valor Foundation, which began in 2003 after Catherine Roberts had a dream one night when she had a dream about her son who was deployed in Iraq. And she interpreted that as quilts equal healing. Her dream became a reality and the Quilt of Valor Foundation was born. And they've presented 435,000 quilts to date through quilting guilds like our own. So our journey began in 2009 where we presented one quilt. Now we have grown to over 100 a year. Tomorrow at the Ornament Museum, we are going to present 10 quilts to veterans. You're all welcome to attend. So it takes a lot of time and expense to make a handmade quilt. And we do this mainly through donations from businesses like yourselves, but we do this because we love to honor our veterans. This is not the only way Flying Needles gives back to the community. And last November, we distributed over 2,000 items to 12 different agencies, and they in turn distributed to children, adults, and the elderly. So I said this 2 years ago when I stood up here for my 30-second spot. I have 2 minutes now. We are not your grandmother's sewing circle. So without further ado, Barbie, please wrap Paul in love as we present him with his quilt. So we thank Paul for his service, and we thank all of our veterans.
Paul Singleton, my friends, the one and only. One and only. Congratulations, congratulations. We all look forward to celebrating the 2000th ribbon cutting coming up in 46 more, I guess. So, Paul Singleton, congratulations. Certainly, Barbara Britt. Now here is back to Gordon King.
Well, that was pretty impressive. Man. Our next award is the Local Business of the Year. This business has been warming the hearts of customers for a long time, and I think they've done the same thing by cooling their passions in the summertime. You can't say enough about an organization that gives back to the veterans and the military, and they've donated air conditioning, HVAC equipment through their organization. And I'd like to recognize Mills Heating and Air as our local business of the year.
We decided to wait for the photo. Which way is the team for Mills Heating and Air? Well done, my boys. Well done. There's the gang. There we go. There we go. Get up there for a picture, Brett. Folks, everybody told you they were kind of burly. Mills Heating and Air, one of our community partners. We're grateful for their service to our community. And congratulations on the local.
I think we have one more to go. Corporate Business of the Year, before I lose my voice. Again, this is another business that constantly is in the community, working, great team leaders. They sponsored the National Civics Bee event this year. And there's competition all over the place, but you can't beat a business better than Cox Media. Here you go.
Cox Communication features Cox Mobile, Cox Media, and all sorts of cool people that have Cox listed on their name tag. Cox has been a member of the Chamber of Commerce for over 40 years, and currently has these fun people working for them. And well worth the break. Hey, come look at that. Please stop by their office at Uptown Station. Check your cable, your internet, and anything else you need. That's David Delman in the front there, and his fine team from Cox Communications. This year's winner. Corporate of the Year. And now, Gordon King to wrap up his year of leadership.
Let's give all these awardees another round of applause. Well, I think my job here is almost done. Bonnie, you want to make your way up here, please? Where are you at? Come on, Bonnie.
Is that it? Is that it? Could you not be a little more excited about that, sir? Let's try this again. Wrap up your year of how wonderful it is, how grateful you are for these people, and then.
All I wanted was to know where the gavel was, Ted. I wasn't through yet. Again, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be able to stand up here every month and represent a great chamber, a great city, a great county. I know that Bonnie is going to be even better, hands down. I look forward to working behind her now and supporting her, as I know everybody else in the chamber and the board will be doing as well. So with that, I'd like to pass the gavel to Bonnie Barlow, your 2026 Chairman of the Board.
There we go.
Well, thank you, Gordon, but you can't leave just yet because we have some parting gifts for you. And what we have for you are 2 gift cards from 2 of our chamber members. This is for you and your lovely wife. This is going to be to Ruth Chris and Marina Cafe. So, congratulations. We also have this lovely plaque that you can put in your new, big, beautiful office. After 22 months of construction, I know you are ready to get in there.
Thank you.
And you got something for you too, honey.
Don't run off because you're going to need this. We have a little gift to help you get through the year, and maybe you'll need 1 or 2 a month, but we've got you a little spa certificate here so you can get away from Ted and relax. Good luck.
All right, thank you. Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is an incredible honor to serve you as the 2026 chair of the Greater Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce. The energy in this room reflects a chamber and a community poised for a remarkable year ahead. Just like Ted went over, 2026 is going to be historic and very busy for all of us. And these are some of the things I'm looking forward to. Of course, the event recognizing the 35th anniversary of Operation Desert Storm. Right after that, that's going to be in February, right after that is March 10th. The city of Fort Walton is having an election, and they have amendments that want and need to be voted on. Now, this is me speaking personally as Bonnie Barlow, but I recommend the city residents get out there and vote yes for all the amendments because you're voting for a great city. Then on April 23rd, we will celebrate the Chamber's 80th anniversary at the Gulfarium. That's gonna be great. And throughout the year, like Mitzi is sharing, we're going to continue to work with our community partners to celebrate our country's 250th anniversary. That's amazing. In October, we're going to celebrate the 25th anniversary of 9/11, and this chamber will have a special event honoring our heroes during that time. This is an election year, so November 3rd is the date. That's when you're going to see on the ballot the half-cent sales optional sales tax. We're going to be promoting that throughout the year, all of the projects that have been completed and all those that are proposed. So please make sure you get out and vote yes to that optional sales tax. Also throughout the year, we'll be working with FDOT for the Round the Mound project and to get them to approve Design 1B. So there's a lot going on in 2026. We are going to be busy, but it's exciting and it's meaningful. My theme for this year is leadership, service, and success, because this reflects who we are as a business community and the purpose of this chamber. Leadership means we don't wait for change, we help create it. And I think that the history of the chamber shows this to be true. That requires ownership, problem solving, and lifting up others as we grow. We're going to be focusing on our developing leaders, particularly small businesses. Investing in leadership ensures the future strength of our community. Service. Service is the heart of everything we do. It's demonstrated through welcoming and engaging new members, supporting local businesses, and that's key, and giving back through community projects. If you need a volunteer project, just call Kelly at the United Way. She's got many of them, and she can use the volunteers. Service transforms good intentions into lasting impact. Success. Success follows when leadership is bold and service is wholehearted. Success extends beyond individual businesses and to the entire region, and it's measured by a growing local economy, which we have, strong partnerships, which are essential, and a chamber that remains a trusted vote for progress. In closing, as we begin this new chamber year, I challenge you to lead with vision, serve with passion, and celebrate every success, large and small. Thank you for your commitment in making Fort Walton thrive. We live in the greatest country in the world, the most beautiful state in the world, and a community best described as paradise. Let's make 2026 a year of leadership, service, and success together. Thank you.
Well done. Bonnie Barlow, everyone, with the red carpet. We're going to now ask, before you're going to go down there, we're going to ask a representative from Bridgeway to come up here and make a special presentation to the Queen, my friend, so if you'll stay there. Who's it? Carrie, you doing it? All of it. Come on up. Come on, come on. Let's stay down here. Stay down there. Does anyone want to say anything, or are you just going to present it? No. All right. So we have all of the gatherings of the Bridgeway folks together. They're so prideful. You know, Bonnie was elected into the Okaloosa County Women's Hall of Fame a couple of years ago. Many of you are also members of that. This is the Bridgeway team and some of their volunteers, et cetera, presenting flowers to Bonnie Barlow. Very excited. We're excited to have Bonnie. Of course, if you haven't had a chance to meet Bonnie, you want to thank her. And as we talked earlier about Bridgeway, she'll be here at every single one of our First Friday coffees giving an inspirational speech throughout the course of the year. All right, congratulations. Here we go. So folks, we're honored to have that. So now, Bonnie has an opportunity as being the chair of the board. She actually leads the board of directors. So I'm going to just introduce the, you're good, if you'll have a seat, and then I'll bring you back up. Introduce the new board members. Now, you're not going to come up now, new board members. You'll come up at the end of the function. We'll take a photo. So here are the new board members that were just elected, which we're very honored to have. Michelle Burns from Career Source Okaloosa Walton. Penny Mercer from Warren Averett. Ron Ringstad from Eglin Federal Credit Union. Clint Rogers, the man himself from Saltwater Restaurants. Vandy Vela from Big Wizards. Emma Wecker from HCA Florida, Fort Walton Beach, Destin. Chris White, the award-winning from Mills Heating and Air. And also as ex officios, she's added on John Hofstede from Okaloosa County will be on the executive board of the board this year, and Bobby Neighbors from Woodford, who will be back as a board member. So those are new board members. Those are our new board members. Here's our existing board members from the 2024 to 2026 class. Here we go. So this is 2024 to 2026. Ashley Allegretto from Cumulus Media. Catherine Card, Okaloosa County School District. Jared Williams, Get the Coast. Chad Rogers from the airport. Nathan Sparks from One Okaloosa EDC. Shane Weddle from Fast Signs. And Keith Wood from ERA American Realty. They got one more year. And then folks who were inducted last year have 2 years. This is the 2025-2027 class. Albert Sousa from Mortgage Apex. Mimi Kincaid from the J. Odom Group. Ed Burns from United Fidelity Bank. Stephanie Larrabee from Mid-South Bank. Sarah Peavy from Emerald Coast Harley Davidson. Katie Robeson from Live Oak Fiber. And Danica LaFair from Fish Window Cleaner, the official window cleaner of the Great Falls Beach Chamber of Commerce. So those are the board members. At the conclusion of the event, we're going to take a photo right over there and take a good photo. And it's really cool because Tim Rowan in the back there, Tim and Karen just opened up a new store at 106 Perry Avenue called All Things Crew. And he said, would it be cool if I was to present each of them with some beads? I say, it's Mardi Gras season, let's give them some beads. So we're going to take a regular photo, then Tim, who's in the back, is going to present that. If you're not aware, All Things Crew comes from 40 years in the parade business. When Tim and Karen moved here to the Emerald Coast, they thought it'd be really cool to bring a little Louisiana flair. So right here in downtown Fort Walton Beach at 106 Perry Avenue, All Things Crew have beads and such for the upcoming seasons. You can take a look at those and get some of those. And Tim will be festooning our board members with that. And Adina, you'll take the regular photo and so on and so forth. But there's one group of people that I neglected to mention that are included in the board, and that's our life directors. Last month at the December 1st Friday Coffee, for those of you here, we kind of dabbled in that. We had 4 of the life directors here. I thought it was very relevant to share observations on that. Many people came up to me and said, what's a life director? You know, I'm a big sports guy, so you know Cooperstown, Steve Peterman, right? Like Cooperstown for baseball, Canton for football, right? All entities. There's an Okaloosa County Women's Hall of Fame. All Sports has a Hall of Fame. Fallen Beach High School has a Hall of Fame that Barbara Britt was installed in. So the life directors are the equivalent of our Hall of Fame. The way they got elected was, just outlining it, the chamber member must have actively participated and supported the chamber for a minimum period of 10 years. The member must have been active in community affairs such as civic organizations, nonprofits, et cetera, et cetera. They should have served as a board of the chamber to ensure awareness, and the member must have been involved with the chamber in extraordinary ways for 10 years or more. So I thought it'd be relevant at this time. So Gordon and Bonnie, will you come over here, if you don't mind? And I thought it'd be cool to introduce the life directors who are here today. And it's interesting because when you become a life director in the past, all you got was a little name tag. I think we buy you lunch or something and hope you get your plaque. It's a cool destination because we have had, in the 80 years of the chamber, in the 80 years, we've only had 11 life directors. So it's a huge, huge thing for us. So I wanted to see, Don Anchors is not here today. Don was supposed to be here. So I'm going to ask you to come up. We'll do it in chronological order. So Jean Reef is here. Jean was elected in 2000 as a life director. Jean was very involved with the Daily News for very, very long. She did the coastlines for the Chamber of Commerce, which was fantastic, and elected. Come on over here, because right now, Gordon King is going to present to you, right? You got hers? Yep, you're going to walk over here. She's going to present. For the first time, you actually get a token of the life director. Yes, there it is. And you've heard of the Oscars. This is called the Gordy. So in honor, they will take the Gordy with them. So Jean Reef has her name tag. So Jean, thank you. Thank you, Gordy, for presenting that. Next up is Kathy Houchins, who was elected in 2011. Bonnie will bring over the Gordy for Kathy Houchins. Kathy had a long career in the hospitality industry. I was very honored to a vacation rental. I was very honored to have worked with her myself for several years. She was on beautiful Okaloosa Island, for those who remember that, when she promoted one of her facilities. So Kathy Houchins, one of our life directors. And last but not least, the last life director to be inducted into this fine gaggle is Lisa Jo Spencer, who was inducted in 2017. You get a Gordy. You get a Gordy for this. So we finally have got something for you. We have it for the others there. Lisa Jo, I remember the first day she called and said, hey, I just kind of retired from JAG and the Air Force. I want to get involved in the community. I remember that phone call. And one of the life directors. Don Anchors could not be here today. Also, Joey Sanders and Bruce Marshall, some other life directors who are still with us, could not be here. Those that have passed, Charlie Burgess, Ken Williamson, Gene Smith, Jim Glenn, and Cliff Long were all amazing. Hey, Tricia, we forgot you come up for the picture, did we? We'll Photoshop you in. I invited Tricia Flaherty to come today to have the picture. Let's get a picture with you and Paul Singleton. Don't leave, Paul, until we get a picture with Tricia. Sorry, but I was all caught up in the cape and the whole thing there. So, I can't emphasize enough, my friends, that a life director, 11 of these in the 80 years of this Chamber of Commerce, this is a monstrous, unique amazement that we do very seldom, since 2017, the very last one that we issued. I'm honored today that we're going to add our 12th life director right here in front of you, which I could not be happy about. The 12th life director in the history of the Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce. This person was nominated by 2025 Chair Gordon King and 3 of the life directors, those 3 right there, who regularly attend our board meeting, Jean, Kathy, and Lisa Jo, said, without a doubt, this person needs to join this Mount Rushmore of leadership in our community. This person was unanimously voted on by our 2025 Board of Directors. All the board had some comments, and when the voting process occurred, I'll read just a few. Truly is a representative of the people, approachable, thoughtful, and consistently offers valuable insight, champions the most meaningful causes in our community, and there is no one more deserving of this honor. Someone who I have called for advice on growth, hiring, strategy, and just a sounding board for various topics and issues. Consistently push me to make hard decisions, to push beyond my comfort zone, giving me a different perspective on business while also sharing mistakes, failures, and hardships that they experience in their own business. I imagine their insight, expertise, and advice is worth a great deal, and yet I've never paid for it. They've never even allowed me to pay for lunch. It all comes from their desire to give back to support local business. Our newest life director, Business, which was created with his best friend, just celebrated their 25th anniversary. Their business has donated more than $3 million to over 50 nonprofit organizations across Northwest Florida through financial contributions, volunteer hours, and in-kind support. The list of accomplishments of this individual is pages and pages long. I am pleased to introduce, my friends, our newest, our 12th, our best, newest FWB Chamber Life Director, the owner of Bit Wizards and Talking Parents, our 2020 Chair of the Board, Vince Mayfield! Will you be kind enough to pin on his name tag? My friends, I am honored that you could be here to so the 12th in the history of the Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to ask that our board, our good friend Adina, while this occurs, she's going to take their picture. Our board members that I mentioned, all the board members who are here are going to come over there and take a picture. Adina's going to take that photo after we take this one. We're going to take the one picture with everybody, of course, and then Tim, my friend, you're coming up and giving him the beads there. Vince Mayfield, the newest, the 12th Life Director of the Greater Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of everyone in the Chamber, it's been a great event. We're so honored that you're here. Board members, come on over here. The rest of you have a 2026. We're coming back in February doing the same thing. Thank you very much for your membership in the Greater Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce. Gordon, get on the other side of him. Good, huh? We got done too.